What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Not a Football Show. My name is Tico from the Tico Fantasy Show, and I am here with my pal, Sully Sports. What's going on, Sully?
Yo!
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, 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 yo! The Bills just played football.
Man, they did play football. I have some comments I want to say about that game, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. On today's show, we are going to be doing another 2-minute drill. We're going to be going over all the games for Week 8. We're going to be talking about them. And, we're going to be talking about them. So, should we get into that now?
We should. We got a lot of games. There's no bye weeks.
There are no bye weeks. Everybody's playing. You got your full rosters this week. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
We do.
So, Producer Kev's going to tell us when to start.
With Thursday night, you may begin.
Thursday Night Football. The Bills played the Buccaneers, and...
They did, yeah. Mike Evans saved his day with a touchdown.
Barely saved his day, man. He got lucky.
Yeah, I mean, how many flags gave him first downs on that drive when they were on fourth down? Was it
I think
2 or
that
3?
whole entire drive was 18 plays. It was some crazy number. It took up almost the entire fourth quarter.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah. But the Buccaneers, I want to talk about the Buccaneers for a second. I don't think that loss was Baker Mayfield's fault. I don't think it was Mike Evans' fault. I don't think it was the O-line's fault. I don't think it was the defense's fault. I think it was Todd Bowles' fault. I think Todd Bowles is a terrible coach. A terrible, awful coach. I do not think he should be a head coach in the NFL.
Why?
Bad play calls on defense. Bad play calls on offense. He doesn't make the right decisions. You know, sometimes you got to be a little chancy. You got to go for it sometimes. You got to take some risks. He doesn't do that.
Yeah, for a good portion of the Buccaneers' offensive possessions, they were run on first down, run on second down, third and long, incompletion. And then
it's a very predictable offense. It's not fun to watch. And I don't know if that's his fault or the offensive coordinator's fault, but, man, it's somebody's fault, and it's not fun to watch.
No, but, I mean, we've seen this offense be better than that, so I don't know. I don't know what happened. And the Buffalo Bills' defense is so injured, they're not at full strength. They shouldn't have been locking them up like they were. If they would have just probably called some better plays, it would have been a lot more of a better
Miller
game.
was out there. It was cool to see him.
Yeah.
Had a couple of plays.
What about that Hail Mary? You think Chris Godwin could have got that, man?
Listen, man, I don't know what Chris Godwin was thinking. I don't know why he didn't have his head turned around. I mean, you know, you got to turn your head around to catch the ball. He knows that, right?
I mean, I thought.
He's an NFL wide receiver. He should know that.
He's an NFL wide receiver. Dude, if you look at, like, the camera angle of that last play, there's, like, 18 PIs on both teams.
Yeah,
like, everyone's just running over each other like it's a kickoff return or something.
I was watching the game with my dad, and my dad's like, dude, there's PI all over the place. And I'm like, yeah, they're not going to call it because, you know, like, every single person who was in that end zone committed PI.
Next.
The next game we are going to be... The next game we're going to be talking about that hasn't happened yet is the Falcons versus the Titans.
Atlanta, 2.5-point favorites, over under 36.5. Are we going to see Derrick Henry's last game in Tennessee?
Hey, man, I'm calling it now. Derrick Henry, surprise inactive. Not playing. They're going to pull him out before the game even begins, and he ain't going to even be out there.
But the Oilers jerseys.
Nope, sorry. He's going to be sitting on the bench. You're going to see him on the sidelines chewing some gum.
He's going to be sitting over there, same as Bijan with his headache.
Yeah. Bijan's going to be hiding under the bleachers. He's going to be
poking his head. My head hurts. But yeah, Tennessee doesn't want to win. No. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they're having quarterback tryouts in the middle of Week 8.
Hey, we're going to get to see Will Levis. I guess that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
We probably also will see Malik Willis as well.
That won't be cool.
No.
We've seen plenty of Malik Willis.
Enough. We're good. We don't need to see any more.
Yeah. I mean, you think maybe D-Hop surprise inactive too?
I think D-Hop will play. I think, yeah, D-Hop will most likely play. I think we're going to see Treylon Burks back this week, which would be nice. You know, that would be good to see. He practiced all week, so I think he'll be back.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got Atlanta winning this, regardless of with Derrick Henry playing or if he doesn't play or if anyone doesn't play. Yeah. I got Atlanta winning.
I got the Falcons winning as well. You know, I don't really like the Falcons. I don't like Desmond Ridder. I don't like Arthur Smith. I don't really like anybody on that team besides Bijan. But, you know, it's the Titans. They're going to be starting Will Levis, and I would be willing to bet Will Levis throws quite a few picks against this very good Falcons secondary.
How do you not like Cordero Hodge?
Oh, Cordero Hodge. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. I love me some Cordero Patterson.
The
old man.
Flash Patterson. So what do you think? A lot of Tajay Spears? Regardless of Derrick Henry
whether Derrick Henry plays or not, yeah, a lot of Tajay Spears for sure.
Cool. I think so too.
Next.
The next game we're going to be talking about is the Texans versus the Panthers. The battle of the first pick versus the second pick.
And the third pick.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
Houston's 3-point favorites over under 43. Give me Stroud. In
yeah,
Houston.
this isn't close, dude. The Panthers GM is going to be, or owner, is going to be sitting up in the, I can't even think of what to call them, the boxes. He's going to be sitting up there. He's going to be crying, thinking about how he should have drafted CJ Stroud over Bryce Young.
Or even Will Anderson over Bryce Young.
Anybody over Bryce Young. I mean, Bryce Young, we haven't really given him a chance. 6 games really isn't that big of a sample size for a rookie quarterback, but still, he hasn't been good.
He hasn't shown anything besides how well he could check it down to Adam Thielen.
Yeah, but he doesn't have anybody good to throw the ball to besides Adam Thielen, so, it's like,
Yeah, maybe we'll see someone go there.
We got to give him a couple years. We got to give him one more year before we can really say that it was a bad pick.
Yeah, we're getting spoiled with CJ Stroud right now.
Yeah, man, CJ Stroud, he's just out there freaking balling.
Is Miles Sanders a must bench at this point?
He's been hurt, so he should be a little bit healthier this week. He should actually play. I'm willing to throw him out there.
Chuba Hubbard or Miles Sanders?
Oh, man, that's such a hard question. They've been using Miles Sanders in more of like a passing back role, and Chuba is more of like the first and second down guy. But I don't know. They're both like pretty equal. They're both pretty mid. They're like at the back of the top 30 running backs probably. It's not pretty. I'm not happy starting either of them, to be honest.
I mean, when they've been on the field, Chuba has looked a little bit better, but
Yes.
I mean, it's Chuba Hubbard, man.
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna see kind of a similar snap share with Dameon Pierce, Devin Singletary that we did last week?
I think so. I think we're gonna keep seeing Devin Singletary's a good running back, and they paid him. I want to say they paid him a decent amount of money, too, to come there. I know it's only a 1-year deal, but they still paid him a little bit. And Dameon Pierce just hasn't been all that this year. He's not the same guy that he was last year in his rookie season. So, yeah, I do think we're going to see a lot of Devin Singletary and Pierce.
Yes.
The next game we're going to be talking about is the Jags versus the Steelers. Did you see Mike Tomlin risen up Glorilla?
Oh, yeah. Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh legend.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah, we said.
Yeah, we
okay.
said. Jacksonville 3-point favorites over under 41. I don't want to do it, but give me Pittsburgh.
I'm taking the Berg, too.
Take the Berg. I mean, their defense just constantly wins them games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sure.
My stance on this game is that Mike Tomlin's going to find a way to win it, and T-Law is going to find a way to lose it.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I'm expecting here.
Christian Kirk's going to be in your lineups. He's a dog.
100%.
Jalen Warren and Najee Harris both fall into the end zone. Who are you starting?
I'm probably starting Jalen Warren over Najee. I know he's not going to get as many carries, obviously, but I just like Jalen Warren better. He's got that big play upside that Najee just does not have.
No, he has small play upside.
Yeah,
small play.
small, tiny.
Very, very tiny, itty bitty plays.
Yeah.
Travis Etienne, 3 straight games, 2 touchdowns. Are we gonna see that continue, or is he gonna get locked up by Pittsburgh?
I don't think we're gonna see 2, but I think there's a chance we see 1. I think they love using him on the goal line. When they're anywhere on the 5-yard line or lower, they just give him the ball and he gets it in. So I would be willing to bet we do see him score another touchdown. I know it's a hard bet to take, but I do think we'll see him get in.
I mean, if you would have told me at the beginning of the season that Travis Etienne was going to be the goal line back for Jacksonville, after last season, how many times he just got straight blown up on swing passes and stuff?
He used to get hit last year and just explode. He used to fly back like 6 yards.
He used to turn inside out and every bone in his body would just crack. But yeah, now apparently he's the goal line back.
Yeah, now he's the guy. Hey, man, he's playing for a bag. He said in the beginning of the offseason, he was like, hey, man, I want to be out there receiving. I want to be out there running. I want to be doing my thing. I want to give you that running back that gets paid.
Pay that man.
Yes, sir.
Bench Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Next.
The next game we are going to be talking about is the Rams versus the Cowboys.
Woo. Dallas 6.5-point favorites over under 45.5. I'll take Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking Dallas as well. I don't want to see Dallas win, though. I want to see the Rams win this game, and I think they can win this game. They have all the pieces to do it, and the Cowboys, the last time we saw them was against the Chargers, and it wasn't great. It wasn't great, and I think the Rams are a better team than the Chargers.
Yeah, they almost lost. Almost lost to the Chargers. You think it's going to be Puka, Kupp, or both? I mean, last week we saw Kupp have, 2 catches? That's the least amount of catches I've seen him have in a long time.
It's the least amount of catches he has had since week 4 of 2021.
Oh my
Crazy
gosh,
stat.
so long ago.
That was the first time he's had single-digit points since then in fantasy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Puka? Kupp?
I think we got a both week. I think we're going to get some weeks where, it's so hard to predict that. That's almost impossible to predict because it's just whoever's open. and they can both get open. They're both good. So
It's only one ball.
Yeah, I think we'll see a little bit of both. I highly doubt that we see 2 down weeks from Cooper Kupp. I really doubt that. I'd be willing to bet more on a Cooper Kupp week rather than a Puka week.
Okay, fair enough. I think it's going to be more both weeks than
Yeah, 100%.
Puka or Kupp week.
Which is good. That's what you want to see. That's better for the offense, having them both involved.
Yeah. We talked about Travis Etienne being a goal line guy and been very good at it. Someone who has not been very good at it, Tony Pollard, hasn't scored a touchdown since week 1.
Oh, that's crazy.
He scored 2 touchdowns in that one game against the Giants and hasn't scored a touchdown since then. He's been really good for fantasy, but he just hasn't gotten in the end zone. What do you...
I was talking about this last night with one of my friends. This question, is Tony Pollard worth where we drafted him? Like that back of the first round, beginning of the second?
I mean, he's the RB14 right now. So, I mean, I guess...
No.
He hasn't been terrible, but I mean, if you could go back in time, I'd say it's 2020. So,
yeah, that's true.
So probably not. He hasn't been worth
No.
it. Darrell Henderson startable?
Yeah, maybe. The Cowboys' defense has been good against the run. That's one thing they have been good against, and the whole defense has been good against everything. Actually, I think they're only allowing the 4th most points in the league to receivers, so it's a good defense. It's a bit of a bad matchup.
It is.
Next.
The next game we're going to be talking about is the Vikings versus the Packers.
Minnesota, 1.5 point favorites, over under 42.5. I got Minnesota taking it.
I got the Vikings as well. I am done with the... We got the dog moving the tables.
Dog moving the table.
I got not the Packers. I got the Vikings winning this game, and I'm done with Jordan Love. I am tired of him. He is not good. I'm done. No more excuses. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm giving up on you.
But he had 2 touchdowns last week.
Don't care.
Okay.
Didn't he throw 2 picks as well?
I think he threw 1. Almost 2.
It was one really bad one.
That's how a lot of his picks have been, too. I mean,
yeah.
And on the other side, I think you made a video about this. This is a huge game for the Vikings.
Yes.
This is an identity game.
For sure.
If they win this, they can go, try to make a run for it, make some moves at the deadline. If they don't, they might ship everybody out of there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is going to be a big game for Kirko.
Big game.
Big game for Kirko. Addison's coming off a massive game. I think he's going to continue that.
Fire him up, baby. Fire him up.
Addison.
Top 15 receiver until Justin Jefferson gets back.
He definitely. I mean, even when he gets back, he was really good. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you can still probably start him when he gets back.
100%.
J Love has sucked, like you said. Are we finally going to see healthy Aaron Jones finally get a full snap count? I mean, A.J. Dillon's been running that backfield.
Aaron Jones is old.
He's old.
Aaron Jones is old. That man's a dinosaur. So, I don't know. I think we're going to see a lot of A.J. Dillon and, half and half maybe at most. And I think we're going to see more A.J. Dillon. I think that's going to be the theme here.
But he didn't look old in week 1.
No, he didn't.
He looked really young.
But he was young. He was nice and healthy then. Now he's hurt. And
he's a different man that he
needs
was.
Like a cane now.
He's a different man that he
wheelchair.
was 8 weeks ago.
Yeah,
he's a whole different man.
Yeah, deteriorating as every day.
Yeah, oh God.
And then I don't think you're starting any pass catchers on the Packers.
Christian Watson?
I don't even know. I don't really know
I don't think he's questionable anymore.
I don't know. That's weird. I know. That was a weird. He went down with that injury last week and it looked bad, but I guess he's gonna play. I don't know. I'm not starting any Packers pass catchers.
Next.
The next game we're going to be talking about is the Patriots versus the Dolphins.
Miami, 10-point favorites, over under 47. I'm taking Miami, but this game's going to be closer than 10 points because it always is for some reason.
Yeah, it's probably going to end up being a field goal game, but Dolphins aren't the Bills. We're not losing to the Patriots. Hate to tell you. So I'm taking the Dolphins as well.
Especially, I believe this is the home game, right?
Yeah. We don't lose. We don't lose to the Patriots at home.
Even when Brady was there, man.
Dolphins don't lose. No, we've been beating them at home for a very long time.
But to be fair, Mac Jones is coming off a good game, his first good game of the season. So I mean, I think Mac's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a lot better than he was in the first week against the Dolphins, especially with all the injuries. But Jalen Ramsey may be back. Jalen Ramsey probably going to make his Dolphins debut. Did you see all the tweets and stuff where like he was coming after Adam Schefter?
No, I haven't.
He was talking about, nobody cares about getting the facts right, just get it out first. And
I did not see that.
He was talking about like, I may play. Nothing's confirmed yet. He's like, I'll only play if I feel great.
Yeah, I think if he does play, it's not much. We're not going to see a lot of him. We're not going to see him out there every single snap, especially coming off that. I think it was a meniscus injury.
I think so.
Something like that. Something to his knee.
Yeah.
But we're definitely not going to see him play 100% of the snaps. That's not even close. Maybe 20, 30, 40 at most.
Maybe. And another injury, Tyreek Hill should be good to go. His mom.
I think he's trolling, bro. I'm pretty sure he's trolling. I don't think this is that bad of an injury. I think he's making it sound bigger than it actually is. I think everybody's making it sound bigger than it actually is.
I mean, he just said his mom didn't give him any attention, so he wanted.
Mom, I'm hurt.
Please.
My hip.
For the Patriots, Ramondre is finally starting to get used as a receiver. Zeke vultured his touchdown. If he scored that touchdown last week, Ramondre would have had a monster game.
Yeah.
And he still had a good week, so I'd be willing to start him against Miami's defense. Hasn't been too good against the run, so.
I would also be willing to start Kendrick Bourne, even if Jalen Ramsey does play and, they got some more people in the secondary. Don't care. Rather, I would be willing to start Kendrick Bourne.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next.
The next game we are going to be talking about is the Saints versus the Colts.
New Orleans, 1.5-point favorites, over under 43.5. Give me Gardner and the boys.
That's a pretty high over-under, actually.
I mean, Indy, didn't they just get in a shootout with Cleveland?
Yeah, they did.
That's probably why.
The Colts' defense is not good.
No, it's not. I mean, but, Indy just put up all those points against Cleveland with Myles Garrett playing like a madman. I think Cleveland's defense is on another level than New Orleans, even though it is really good. So I got the Colts winning it.
Yeah, I have the Colts winning as well. I think we've picked every single game the same so far. But, that just means we're thinking alike, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, unless we do
Smart
like we did
men
last
think together.
week. Unless we do
that's also possible.
We
had a lot of upsets last week, though.
We did. It won't be like that.
Nah.
This week's going to be a good week. JT's looking more and more like himself every single week. Zach Moss is slowly going to fade out of this offense.
I don't know if he's fading out. It's not going to be 50-50, but I do think he's going to still have a role in this offense. He's not going to be 15, 20 carries like it was before, but 9, 8, 10.
I mean, he's too good to keep off the field.
He's great. So, it's great that they don't have to use Jonathan Taylor every single play.
Yeah, I mean, that's just asking for injury to happen. I mean,
exactly.
That's what happened. That's what happened the past 2 years he's been hurt.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good that they finally got another back there to take some of the load off of him. Derek Carr and Chris Olave got to get on the right page, man. I mean, there was some drama in the last game between him and Olave.
I don't get it, man. I saw some report that apparently he wasn't even talking to Olave, and I'm like, who could you be talking to? You looked right at him and you're screaming at him. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I think there was like a mic'd up player like right next to him.
Yeah,
and he was like literally yelling right at him, like, "What are you doing,
dude?" There was the Jags play. It was
Josh, was it Josh Allen?
No, it was Trayvon Walker.
Trayvon
Walker. It was right. He was right next to him. He's like, "Yeah, man, he wasn't there. He wasn't there, bro.
Derek, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there."
Josh Downs, you're starting. Josh Downs, Kamara's gonna have 50 catches.
Michael Pittman, big game. He's been complaining about how much stuff he's getting. So, big game.
Next.
The next game we're going to be talking about is the Jets versus the Giants, the Battle of New York.
Ooh, Battle of MetLife, too. This is for the rights of the stadium,
It's technically the Battle of New Jersey, but...
Yeah, East Rutherford.
Yeah, let's not have that conversation.
Jets are 3-point favorites over under 35.5. We're seeing Tyrod Taylor just came out today. I believe that Daniel Jones is officially out.
Officially out.
So it makes me a little tempted to take the Giants, but I'm taking the Jets. Their defense is just too good.
Yeah, I'm taking the Jets. They're a better team, Like if a couple things, Robert Saleh said it, if a couple things went a little bit different, this team would have a couple more wins.
Yeah, I mean if they had Tyrod Taylor instead of Zach Wilson, they've had a couple more wins.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the truth. Facts.
Brees Hall's balling.
Brees Hall, big week. Trust me. I just looked at this before. The Giants haven't allowed a single running back to rush for less than 70 yards. Every running back that's played them this year has rushed for more than 70.
I mean, have they even played against good running backs, or is it
I can't think of them off the top of my head, but
I'm
yes,
sure there's a few.
They have played some good running backs. I think the worst one they played so far was like James Conner.
Okay, that's
James Conner's good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Jets defense is very scary.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed just came off of concussion protocol.
I believe so. I believe they're going to be playing in this game.
So that's good for the Jets.
But even if they don't, the Jets defense didn't look terrible last week without him.
No, I mean they're a good all-around defense. They got depth over there, so I mean they're good with or without him. Saquon's injuries. I mean he left twice last game with something with his shoulder.
I think it was an elbow and knee, maybe a hip. I'm not quite sure, but he did leave with 2 injuries, and he keeps getting beat up because his team needs to rely on him so much.
Yeah, I mean the guy just came back and they're just force-feeding him the rock. I mean, I don't blame him. Matt Breida is simply not good enough.
Yeah, and they also have they don't have him on a long-term contract, so if they want to, they can beat him into the floor and no repercussions for it.
Exactly. Just beat the guy into the floor.
Yeah.
I didn't know how much time we had.
The next game we're going to be talking about is the Eagles versus the Commanders.
Philly by 100.
Yeah, I have a prediction of how this game's going to go. The Eagles are going to drop 40. The Commanders are going to drop 20. The Commanders are going to have a fire sale. They're going to get rid of everybody they can at the deadline, and Ron Rivera is going to get fired.
All in 1 week?
All in 1 week, all in less than 3 days.
Mid-season Ron Rivera firing.
We are going to see the complete demise of the Commanders from Sunday, Monday to Tuesday. In those 3 days, we're going to see the complete demise of them.
Maybe another rebrand too.
Yep.
Philly is 6.5-point favorites, which is really low.
They're basing it off the last game, and I don't know if they should be.
No, over under 44 points. I'll take Philly.
Yeah,
you're taking Philly. When's Devonta Smith gonna arrive, man? I mean, I feel like we talk about it every single week. How we talked about it's gonna be AJ Brown weeks, gonna be Devonta Smith weeks, flip flopping like that. We haven't seen it. It's just AJ Brown.
I think it's gonna continue to be AJ Brown's a force. I don't think anybody can do anything about him. So I think he's gonna continue to get his work. And the question is, who's gonna get the second most work, Dallas Goedert or Devonta Smith?
And it's been Dallas Goedert the past couple weeks. So I mean,
eventually Smitty's gonna have his time, but we don't know when that's going to be. You're not going to be able to predict when that's going to be, and we don't know.
And when it comes to the passing game, the rising of DeAndre Swift also throws another wrench into that. Because, he's a good pass catcher, so, I mean...
There's a lot of weapons in the Eagles' offense, and it's hard to get the ball to everybody, and if somebody doesn't need to get the ball, they don't need to get the ball.
Where are you at on banning the tush push?
You can't ban it. I know we want to. We all want to ban it because it's OP, and it works every single freaking time. But you can't ban it. It's just you can't. They're just good at it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't want to ban it, but I think they need to make it a little more fair. Because, the rule on defense, you can't push your teammates on defense.
Oh, you can't?
No, you can't. That's a rule.
They should change that.
They should change, I think they should change that.
Yes.
Be able to push your teammates on defense, because
otherwise
it's going to keep happening.
Getting hurt. We think Brock Purdy got hurt this past week on a tush push.
I mean, so ban it then.
Yeah, I mean...
ban it, everyone except for Philly.
Yeah. Only Philly can't do it.
Sure, there you go.
Next.
The next game we're going to be talking about is the Browns versus the Seahawks.
Ooh, 3.5-point favorites for Cleveland, I believe. I don't have the team written down.
I think it's the other way around, actually.
Is it? It might be.
I think the Seahawks are the favorites in this one.
Okay, I didn't write it down.
Which is kind of odd. The Browns have been really good, but so have the Seahawks.
We don't know if Deshaun Watson's going
to. Deshaun Watson's not playing.
Okay, so yeah, that's probably why.
PJ Walker.
38.5-point over/under. This is going to be a pretty boring game. I mean, I don't want to watch this. I mean,
man, the Browns have been good. The Browns have been doing good stuff on offense. Jerome Ford might play. Apparently, Jerome Ford had a really good day in practice yesterday, and apparently the ankle doesn't look as bad as they thought it was. So they might just wrap him up and let him play.
But what happened to Kareem Hunt? Kareem Hunt's supposed to go to the moon, man.
Hey, man, have both of them.
Strong.
Have both of them, bro. Who cares?
Pierre Strong,
it's Jerome
dude.
Ford. You don't have any long-term contract with him or anything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Use him and beat him up.
And Kareem Hunt was dealing with an injury, but he's back on Thursday. They need to get Amari Cooper a little more involved. What did he have? 3 catches last week?
Not many.
Not a lot, and that's not what you need from Amari Cooper. You need to throw the guy the ball. He's too good.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Deshaun Watson's out, we're not going to be seeing a lot of Amari Cooper big blowout, big games.
Big blowout, big games.
Big old games.
I'll take Cleveland winning it, I guess.
I'm taking the opposite. I'm taking the Seahawks.
There you go. I mean, I think this one's a kind of a coin flip to me. I don't really.
I love me some Devon Witherspoon.
Devon.
I want to see Devon Witherspoon lay out some people, bro. He's gonna hit watch. I'm calling it now. He's gonna hit Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore's flying 10 yards back.
I could already picture it in my. JSN finally showed up, with DK's injury. Do you think even with DK possibly coming back, I think he is coming back, are we going to see, Seahawks give him some more looks now? Because they saw, he got a good run.
I think what we're going to see, so Tyler Lockett's a little banged up. So that means that's good for JSN as well. So maybe we'll see JSN slot more into a Tyler Lockett kind of role.
I think he's better at that anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. JSN to the moon. Start JSN. Maybe.
Next.
The next game we're going to be talking about is the Ravens versus the Cardinals.
Baltimore is 9.5-point favorites, over under 44.
They should be bigger.
They should be. Yeah, Baltimore's looking like a Super Bowl team.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean,
especially after they get Derrick Henry, they're going to really look like a Super Bowl team.
Lamar's looking like MVP Lamar.
Yeah,
so I mean, that's
good.
Scary. He's looking like MVP Lamar if MVP Lamar got more accurate at throwing the ball.
Yeah, dude, last week was amazing. I think that was probably the best game we've seen from him in his career as a passer. It was great, he was hitting everybody. He stayed in the pocket and he moved around a little bit instead of just going and taking off and running. Love to see that. Really good.
Yeah, a lot of his runs look like designed runs.
Yeah.
Instead of just running around trying to make something happen. So
Hey, man, that's the difference between Todd Monken and I can't remember the fat guy that used to be the offensive coordinator.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Obviously, we're taking Baltimore to win the game. So,
Yeah.
I mean, almost Kyler time? Maybe in the next couple weeks?
Next week, I'm predicting. Next week.
Okay.
Full participant in practice this week, though. So I know they haven't ruled him out that he could play this week, but he's not going to play. We know that.
The only thing that's, kind of making me a little hesitant to pick Baltimore is the Hollywood Brown revenge game.
Oh,
Hollywood's coming to town.
Hey, man, Hollywood can have a big game without the Cardinals winning.
Yeah, I mean, this is two of the grossest RB rooms going head-to-head right now.
Yeah.
So, I don't think... I mean,
Hey.
it's going to be the Lamar show.
Gus Edwards.
Yeah, he's going to get another 80-yard catch.
Listen, bro, the Cardinals are allowing the 4th most points in the league to running backs right now, and Gus Edwards is good. He's outcarried Justice Hill over the past couple weeks, and I would happily start him. I'm throwing him in there. He was actually one of my starts of the week.
Yeah, I mean he had a great game last week,
Yeah.
too. So. What else do I got here? I think Baltimore needs to make a move at the deadline. I don't know if it's Derrick Henry.
I'd love to see him get some type of running back.
Yeah, I mean, anybody.
Yeah.
Throw anybody
Because
back
Gus
there.
Edwards is good. He's good enough to get the job done. But I rather see, there's a bunch of different running backs you can trade for right now that people should be willing to let go of. Derrick Henry, obviously. Josh Jacobs is out there. Austin Eckler. All 3 of these guys are running backs that teams have no commitment to, and they're a good rental, and I think the Ravens would benefit a lot from getting one of those guys.
Yes.
Next.
The next game we're going to be talking about is the Bengals versus the 49ers.
Woo, Sam Darnold.
Yeah, no Brock.
No Brock. San Fran's 3.5-point favorite still.
Well, actually, it's not confirmed. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good.
It's not confirmed that we're going to have no Brock. There's still a chance he's going to play. I don't know what strings the 49ers are pulling to make that happen, but there is still a chance he plays in this game.
I hope he doesn't.
I hope he doesn't either. I want to see Sam Darnold.
I want to see Sam Darnold, but I'm taking Cincinnati in this one.
I'm taking Cincinnati too.
Yeah,
my
gosh. I think the Bengals are back, man.
Yeah, I don't think the
they're
Bengals are back. I think the 49ers aren't going to show up.
What would this be, the 3rd loss in a row?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hey, I'm excited. I love seeing the 49ers lose.
Dude, the downfall of any juggernaut team makes me smile.
Oh, it's the best, bro. It makes me happy.
If Sam Darnold plays and if Sam Darnold performs well, this is officially the greatest system of all time.
Dude.
Because if you can make Sam Darnold look good, yeah, you could do anything.
Yeah.
Bring Cap back. Kaepernick could probably run this offense.
Yeah, I am going to be so excited to make the video after this game. If the 49ers win, I'm going to say, guess what? Brock Purdy, he ain't good. He's just a system quarterback.
Ooh, I mean, we know that. We've seen it.
But we haven't. It hasn't been confirmed yet. We haven't really seen it. And if Sam Darnold plays good in this offense, we've seen it.
I mean, I guess. Sure. I mean, is San Fran going to be the first team to run a quarterback by committee? Just sign a cheap quarterback every single year and just run him?
Hey, man, they have so many quarterbacks get hurt. They have every year their quarterbacks get hurt. So it's just good for them to have as many quarterbacks as they can on the roster.
Brian Hoyer would be an MVP candidate on the 49ers.
Oh, man.
The only person that has not made the 49ers system work is Trey Lance for some reason.
Yeah, well, Trey Lance has to have a system work for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Next.
The next game we're going to be talking about is the Chiefs versus the Broncos.
Blowout.
Yeah, man, 2 ass whoopings in 3 weeks is just wild, man. That's got to be tough as a Broncos fan. Sorry for you guys.
Yeah, Kansas City 7-point favorites, over under 47 points. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, oh my God, I think we're only different on one game.
I think 1 or 2 we might be different on.
But yeah, the Chiefs are going to kick some ass in this game. Big
Yeah.
game for Travis Kelce. Big game. Rashee Rice. Start Rashee Rice. I love me some Rashee Rice. He's really been stepping up. He looks great. I'm excited for him. He's demanding a lot of targets, and he looks good.
Yeah, he's the only really receiver on Kansas City that's actually standing out above all of them. So,
Yeah.
That's good. But Pacheco's going to go off. Pacheco's going to
Yes.
have a huge game. Pacheco's going to be the RB3 on the week.
3?
3.
I'll give him 6.
3.
Eh.
Lock it in. Put it
6
on
and
the
a half.
board. The Broncos lose, which they probably will. You think they should sell or just
Sell everything.
Sell
bro.
everything? What could they get?
Hey, man, start tanking. Maybe you get the first overall pick at this point. Shit, man. They might be able to get Caleb Williams.
She.
Throw Russell Wilson on the bench.
Yeah, could you imagine all that money just sitting on your bench, dude?
Dude, that would be the most embarrassing thing to ever happen to a franchise, but hey, it could be worse.
Could it?
No.
The only guy on the Broncos that I want to start is Courtland Sutton. He's been really good, and I think game script-wise, he's going to have a big game if they want to stay relatively competitive, which I don't think they will. No. But, I think you got to start someone. Courtland Sutton's probably going to be good.
Starting Javonte?
I don't think they're going to need him. I mean, they're going to need him.
I don't think they're going to be able to use him. Yeah.
I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of Jaleel this week.
Jaleel, yeah. I think... What do I think? No, I don't either. I forgot. Yeah, the Broncos aren't good.
No, we know.
Yeah. I'm not starting Jerry Jeudy.
Nope.
Not starting Russell Wilson.
Nope.
Not starting Adam Troutman.
Nope.
Not starting anybody.
Next.
The next game we are going to be talking about is the Bears versus the Chargers.
Ooh, Tyson Bagent in prime time. Woo, woo, woo. Prime time. Chargers 9.5-point favorites over under 46.5. I got the Chargers.
I got the Chicago Bears.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Did you just call an audible right there because you wanted to do something different?
No. I actually looked. Did you want to look at my notebook?
No, I
don't. The Bears circle.
Okay. Sure. I mean, they can win the game if Tyson Bagent doesn't make any mistakes.
Hey, man.
He did last week, so.
I don't hate the Chargers. I hate Brandon Staley. And this is the game that gets Brandon Staley fired. That's my hope. That's what I'm praying for. I hate to be praying for a guy to get fired, but man, Brandon Staley is not the answer for this team at head coach, and he's gone. The Bears are winning this game. So
are you predicting 2 midseason coach firings?
I am.
Nice.
I'd love to see it too. Those are the 2 that deserve to get fired.
They are. Is Eckler 100%? Well, I mean, is he...
If Eckler doesn't go out there and perform this week, you got to start asking some questions. You got to start, you got to be starting to get a little afraid.
Yeah, I mean, last week he only played like 65% of snaps, so I mean, it's a little rough. He didn't
look good when he was out there with 65% of snaps.
Josh Kelly came in and ran for a touchdown when he was out.
Austin Eckler, Austin Eckler's got nothing to play for, He's got a team. He said it. He didn't say that he didn't like Brandon Staley, but he said that he's frustrated with him in a roundabout way. He's frustrated with the team as a whole, and they're not good. They're not winning games. Justin Herbert's selling all the time, which, sell God Justin Herbert. And yeah, I mean, he doesn't have anything to play for there.
No, he has no reason. The only thing he should be playing for is his fantasy managers, man. That guy's the only person in touch with fantasy managers.
He should have told us before the season started, please don't draft me.
Yeah, I know. Deonta Foreman or Roschon?
Oh, I think we're going to see a little bit of both. 50-50, I hope. I really like Roschon. I would love to see some more of him.
I mean, Deonta Foreman, you can't bench a guy that just came off a 3-touchdown game. So,
especially against Chargers.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a big game.
Yeah.
Keenan's a dog. Start Keenan.
Next.
The next game we're going to be talking about, and the last game we're going to be talking about, is the Raiders versus the Lions.
Ooh, Detroit's 8.5-point favorites over under 45. Give me Detroit.
Yeah, me as well. Yeah. Jimmy Garoppolo's going to be back, but who cares? It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. You throw Aiden O'Connell out there, and it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, Detroit's D got exposed last week, but I think they're going to dominate.
Yeah.
I mean, they're too damn good, bro.
They are.
They're too damn good. If Jahmyr Gibbs balls again, I don't think they can keep him off the field when Monty comes back.
They'll find a way.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
They will find a way.
But, realistically, they can't. I don't know how.
I think Jahmyr Gibbs is a top 5 running back this week with no David Montgomery out there against the Raiders. The Raiders are bad. They're not good against the run. And Jahmyr Gibbs was balling last week. I know it was a bad loss, very bad loss against the Ravens, but Jahmyr Gibbs was the one bright spot for that week.
Yeah, I mean, what did he have, 10 targets?
I think he had 10 targets, 9 receptions, and not that many carries. I think it was like 12, 11, not many. I mean,
we could see a similar stat line, but with more carries.
Yeah.
Because, they're going to be able to run the ball.
Yeah.
This is going to be a big game. We've talked about a lot of this being big games. You've made a video talking about this is a big week for teams. This is a big game for Las Vegas.
Yeah.
They lose. I don't know. You look at Las Vegas and they're one of the only teams you look at and they have zero future.
None.
What is the future of Las Vegas? Max Crosby? That's it.
Max Crosby's old.
Exactly.
It's not even a future.
Their future is Josh Jacobs, who's a running back, who's aging.
Not future.
Devontae Adams is old.
Not
He's not future. Jimmy Garoppolo's not your quarterback. He's old.
You have nothing.
Future.
You don't have one bright spot on this team. I can't even remember his name. He's a guy that they drafted.
He's not even good.
He hasn't played. Long arms. Producer Kev loves him. This is Producer Kev's favorite guy.
I do not love him, but it is Tyree Wilson.
Tyree Wilson.
Yeah.
Tyree Wilson.
What a waste of a pick, man. There were so many better picks you could have made there. And Tyree Wilson, I don't even think he's played. I think he's been hurt.
The Raiders love wasting their picks. I mean, Henry Ruggs, was it Damon Arnett?
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
They haven't made a good
It's a
pick.
little rough,
I think
you
the
know.
last good pick they made was Josh Jacobs.
Probably. I mean, Max Crosby. Max Crosby's a good pick. I don't
Max
remember
Crosby
when they
had
picked
to be
him.
before him. He's old.
He might have. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, the Raiders, if they...
And they don't got Chandler Jones.
No, they definitely don't got Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones is out there with Larry Fitzgerald.
I love Larry Fitzgerald.
And that's a wrap.
Yeah, that's it.
Any final comments? You got anything else you want to talk
The
about?
lowest over under this week, forgot to mention it, is looking to be, I think it's Giants, Jets.
I think the
35.5.
there was another game that had a pretty low. Oh, 35 and a half?
35.5.
sheesh,
Atlanta,
that's low.
Tennessee is 36.5. So
That is low.
I mean, it's two backup quarterbacks against
Yeah.
one against a good defense, one against not a good defense. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it
Makes sense.
You got a game of the week? What's
Game of the week? You know, I'm going to call it on Sunday Night Football. Bears Chargers.
Sure, I'll take San Fran Cincy.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Yeah,
I'm just
good
gonna,
game.
that should be a fun one to watch if Sam Darnold can play. What's your stinky of the week?
Probably Denver, Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you'll have one good side of the ball there.
Maybe.
My stinky of the week is going to be the Saints versus the Colts.
Not Atlanta, Tennessee.
No.
Atlanta, Tennessee's pretty bad.
No, I mean maybe you'll get a not revenge, but maybe you'll get a comeback Bijan week.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see.
Sure.
No headache.
No.
Got some Advil. And I think that's all we got for today's show. Yeah?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's all we got for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Tico from the Tico Fantasy Show, and this is Sully from Sully Sports. Any last comments, Sully?
No.
He has no last comments. Thank you guys so much for watching the Not a Football Show, and have a wonderful day.